Good afternoon or good morning, whatever the time of the day is where you are when you're watching this video. Hi, it's me. Today in this video I'll be showing you how to make Akara, also known as Badjiá in Mozambique, or black eye bean fritter. This recipe is so easy and so delicious. I hope you enjoy.
1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Okay, that's it, guys. That is my tofu scramble.
Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. Sycamore tree. Dream a little dreamer. Breeze seem to. Breeze seem to whisper.
Peppers, garlic, your seasoning. It's all about the seasoning, guys. It's always all about the seasoning.
Still craving.
Okay, first of all, you're gonna start out with your black eyed beans. This is what they look like. They have black eyes and they're kind of white. Some people do make this with chickpeas, or you can make them with brown beans. Actually, in Mozambique, when they make Badjiá, which is the Mozambican version, they use red beans. So you can use whatever beans you prefer. Black eyed beans do have a very distinct flavor, however, and if you're actually looking forward to that flavor, then I would suggest you use these beans. Otherwise, for those of you that don't like the flavor, because it's kind of a little bitter, a little bit, you can do without it. It has a very earthy flavor. Anyway, and then you're going to clean your beans and ensure that there are no stones or ugly beans like that. I'm just going to remove them to ensure that our beans are nice and clean and looking good. And then you're going to add in 5 cups of cold water to your 3 cups of beans. The ratio is 5:2 water as to beans. And then as for your seasonings, I'm adding in some garlic. I'm just showing you here how I smash my garlic, a very easy way to get rid of the peel, instead of peeling it there like a fool. And I'll be using 2 cloves of large garlic. I love garlic, guys, and I think it also helps to mask that nutty, earthy flavor that you might not like. I'm also going to be adding a thumb of ginger and 1 small shallot. Alternatively, you could also use red onion or yellow onion, whatever onion you prefer, or also green onion. Some people prefer that. And I'm using 2, well, I realized that I'm a bit of a coward.
You're a fake and a fraud.
I'm using 1 chili. It's very spicy. I tasted it and wow. So I'll be using 1 because I didn't want it to be too spicy for me, and also because I was making it for the family. And not everybody wants to bamba. Not everybody wants to chill with the big boys.
You want to bamba? You want to chill with the big boys? Now you don't want get you don't want get enough drink with a top cup.
Next, we're gonna add in all our ingredients to the blender. That is my chilies, my 1 chilies, my 2 cloves of garlic, thumb of ginger, my 1 onion or shallot or whatever you want to call it, and then my black-eyed beans. Like I said, you can use garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas, if you want. You can use black beans, you can use whatever beans you like, so long as you soak them, and you soak them according to how long they actually take to cook. So black-eyed beans don't usually take that long to cook, but brown beans, for example, do take longer to cook, so you'd want to soak them for much longer than you would with black-eyed beans. And I'm just showing you here, this is how usually they do it in Nigeria. They actually blend it, like pulse it, to remove the skin. That's the skin that I showed you, so that all you have is like white beans and the black-eyed part is gone, so they get nice and white, but to me it doesn't matter. And then I'm adding in my spices, which is my 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of salt. The smoked paprika is optional. I'm adding it in because I wanted to. You don't have to do this. Live your best life. Like I said, guys, I always encourage you guys to make recipes your own and to add your own little twist to make them better for you according to your preferences. And then we're gonna blend. So what I'm doing here is I'm blending and then mixing, then blending, then mixing, because you don't actually want to add in too much water. At most, you want to add in half a cup of water at most. I try and remain with a 1/4 cup of water, not add more than that, because you don't want it to be too wet. But it depends on the power of your blender and how good it blends. Otherwise, a 1/4 cup of water should be enough. And then you're going to keep blending until it's nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be completely smooth. but I like it smooth, and the variety that I was taught to make according to our traditional heritage is to blend it until it's very smooth. And then you're gonna take it out like so. As you can see, it's nice and smooth, and I'm using this little scooper because this is actually what I'll be using to shape them. And although they didn't actually end up taking the shape of the spoon, the size was pretty much the same. And you don't want like a really big one and a really small one, because then that messes with the cooking time and like how long you should fry it for, because obviously if it's bigger you have to fry it for longer. And so I just wanted a bit of consistency in the size, at least, even if it was not in the shape. So that's why I was using this. And yeah, you're gonna add it into your pot. Advice is for you guys to use like a dipped spoon like this that has a little bit of like a bowl shape, so that, like I said, it can take like a roundish shape kind of. And then you're gonna put it down, fry it for 2 minutes on each side until it's golden, and then take it out when it's nice and golden, and put it on a paper towel or some sort of cloth, I don't know, a kitchen cloth, so that the oil can be drained out. Does this work with an air fryer? No, it does not, unless you put it into like a small little container, like a foil container, so it can hold the shape, because like I said, these things are really wet, and then it'll be like you're making moi moi. So if you do want to go for the oilless version, you can make it the way they make moi moi, which is like kind of like they steam it over a pot of hot water. Yeah, I don't know, I guess that way can work. And then once it has retained its shape, you can put it in the air fryer to crisp up on the outside, but that's a much longer process, and that won't be akara. Like I said, it will be moi moi. And this is what they look like. They're so nice and golden brown. Like I said, the shapes are very irregular because it is a pretty wet batter, so as soon as it hits the oil it fries. And you can't necessarily control the shape, but you can control the size. Just be happy with these sizes, be happy with irregular sizes, guys. Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, okay? So long as the shapes are pretty much, the sizes are pretty much the same, and you're aware of the cooking time, then it's wonderful. And this is your akara, also known as black-eyed bean fritter, also known as Badjiá in Mozambique. Let me know what you guys think of this. Will you be trying it, and will you be using the black-eyed bean version? So with anything, you can use them as a high protein snack to have during the day. You can eat them with food. I had mine with a side of rice, some sauteed vegetables or vegetable stir fry if you like, and I dipped mine in mayo and tahini dressing. So delicious, guys. These are literally so good. You can also have them in a sandwich, you can have them in a wrap, kind of the way you'd use a falafel, you know. They're so good. Please just take my word for it and try them for yourself. Do tantalize your taste buds. Enjoy.